desperation. Woo! There they go. Okay, is it safe to vlog? Anything in my teeth? I think it's really getting bad when political campaigns stoop to such levels as cruelty to poodles. Chris Murphy, can you see it? Watchdog or lapdog. Do you understand what they're saying here? It's a disparaging comment about poodles. They're saying, you wouldn't want him to be a poodle, would you? It's going to be okay. There are people who care. Check out Jim's breakfast. There's some apple in there, some protein powder, some kale.
Walnuts are coming.
Walnuts. What else is in there? Any other fruit? Is that soy milk?
Soy milk.
Millie's in her usual perch of observation. She likes to pay close attention to us in the kitchen. She is an aspiring chef. The protein powder is vanilla flavored. It's actually very tasty. You'd be surprised, but even the greens taste good in these shakes. I'm making myself a little applesauce, just a little bit. I'm in the mood. And we're gonna go on a bike ride. We had to replace my rear wheel at the last second. Hopefully it'll hold up. But here's the big news, the reason I got out the camera, besides we have the honor of the pleasure of Troy. Look at Alan! Woo! My brother! With a bike helmet on and bike clothes. You look like somebody who knows how to ride a bicycle. Alright.
Yeah, be cool, just move with the groove, no funk in here.
I'm chewing.
Yes, chew. We just finished our bike ride and we need to get this dog out before it gets dark. So, my husband is drinking his recovery drink, eating his recovery snack. I had some recovery apple and recovery peanuts at the house. It was actually a good ride. It was nice to take my brother out. It was like twice as long as he's ever done, and he did awesome. He's going to be a phenomenon in the bike club next year if he gets a chance to ride with us, because he's going to be strong. The best part of my day at this moment is the way my feet feel in these shoes. Now, I resisted these shoes because they were so trendy. I kind of have this aversion to anything trendy and expensive, and it just feels like, oh, it's so expensive, and just, I don't want to get them because that's what everyone likes. But I did try them on. They're Uggs, if you didn't know. I did try them on, and I thought, oh, that's why they're so popular. They're freaking incredibly comfortable. And you know what happened when I got diagnosed with cancer and realized that I was going to have to go through chemo and like the surgery and radiation? I knew I was going to have a lot of uncomfortable things going on in my life.
You got the treats.
Oh, right. And I thought, I'm going to get myself some Uggs. And honestly, on the worst days of chemo, it was amazing to have my feet in these things. It just was like, there's one part of my body that feels good.
Josie doesn't go down there unless...
There's Josie. There's Millie.
Mommy, I think
there's the deer.
Josie is so used to getting chased by me chasing her all the time.
This is great. Wow. She is fast.
Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it, vibe with it, vibe with it, vibe with it, cool, be cool.
This is my office. I have my computer sleeping. Isn't that sweet? And I'm keeping it closed because I'm about to do something I wanted to share with you. If you ever heard of David Allen, he's this very amazing organizing guru who has changed my life. He does a thing every week. You do a project review, and you just go through all the sort of what he calls open loops, the things that you're kind of engaged in wanting to change. And I've been really lax about getting around to doing these project reviews, and what happens is, as a self-employed person with lots of, what do they call them in the fire? Something's in the fire. Balls in the air. Let's use that metaphor instead. I sometimes sit down really eager to work, and then I'm paralyzed because there's so many things that seem like they should be the first thing I do that it's hard to sink myself into any of them. So that was happening somewhat yesterday, and so I decided this morning when I woke up that I was going to do a project review first thing, not open the computer, do a project review. So I had this board. It says, waiting, on deck, active, priority. And underneath that there's a card for each project that I'm kind of dealing with currently. And I have a folder. Get everything out. I've got a to-do list in here, so I brought that. And every place where I jotted down a little to-do list, I have those to look over. I have a projects folder that's just basically corralling every project that's on my plate. I have an actions folder. This is where I kind of keep track of stuff that needs to be done. And I have a someday maybe folder, and that one's the fattest because it's projects, ideas that I decided that I'm not going to try to address right now, but that I'm going to do someday. So if you were watching this vlog like last year, holy cow, I've been doing this for a while. I had talked about how I was really kind of gung-ho to get started on like business success type stuff, and I fell right off that wagon because I found that at that time I was like just having finished a couple months after finishing my cancer treatment, and I'd sit down to work and I really just couldn't bring myself to do it. It was very challenging. I found that I would just like emotionally, mentally, I refused to really sink myself into work. And what I realized was that after that whole trauma of cancer, it was very hard to engage into a long-term project. I felt like I was so worried that the cancer was going to come back, that something was going to come along and interrupt me in that way, that it would just be too painful to have to abandon sort of ship in the middle of something if I had suddenly had to fight for my life again. So instead I decided to make my big project for that period of time that was coming up. I decided to make my big project the training for the big triathlon I just did. And since then, it's felt like, okay, I can do it now. I'm ready. I can work again. I'm going to work. So I wanted to share that with you because I did start this vlog to talk about the cancer journey, and I want to devote a little bit of energy to the fact that once you finish treatment, then the emotional healing can begin because you're no longer fighting for your life. So it feels like you start to feel everything on a different level than you felt before. And if you are going through cancer stuff, or you went through cancer stuff and you feel like, what's wrong with me? It's all over now, but now I've like lost my footing in the world. You're not alone by a long shot. All right. Okay. Time to work.
The beat to me like zap through a tree. It's in me. The rap happens to set me free. Instantly when the mic touch this MC. Without the mic this MC feel empty. I'm telling y'all, it's the lyrical recipe. Lyrical ecstasy. Hearing no less from me. I accept and expect no less than the best. And inject intellect without disrespect. Come on. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here. The beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe, yeah. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it. It's like an epidemic, pop star gimmick. Hit it, get it, then realize that you in it and you're finished. Whole dream diminished. See, I play the season, y'all have a scrimmage. I spit with reason, y'all hip the image. But I believe the dream has no limits. I believe that's the whole reason we live it. But they don't get it, they like it's not right, is it? No visit, hip hop here to stay, no shizit. We gonna get it, new improved music, move and groove with it. Choose who you get with. I smack rap back like this do hoes. My flow hard like dick, get the skimpy clothes on individuals. When anything